Joining us now to take a look at this development is Kassa Gebremichael, a diplomat and human rights activist. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, against the backdrop of the reality on the ground, added to the drought in the Horn of Africa region, this shipment of aid to Tigray is clearly a huge relief to the war-torn region of Ethiopia. But to help us put it in proper context, if you will, how significant is it really?
Thank you very much, Petisa, for having me. And I would like to thank the media and you because in most cases, African media and African civil society, we never talk much about crisis at home. Most of the crises in Tigray and in Ethiopia are covered by Western media than African media. So for taking this initiative, I would like to appreciate and I encourage you to continue with this. We need to speak about our problems, African problem. Coming back to your question, first of all, Tigray is under humanitarian siege. Tigray is invaded by Eritrean forces and the Federal Force of Ethiopia on November 4, 2020. And both troops have committed genocide and crime against humanity. And famine is used as one of the weapons of genocide in Tigray. Tigray is now under humanitarian siege. There is, of course, negotiated by His Excellency Obasanjo to open the humanitarian corridor to Tigray. However, there was agreement also for 100 trucks to reach Tigray every day. But now we have 360 trucks in a month. And this is really sad. The food aid in Ethiopia is there. It is available according to Samantha Power, the director of the USAID. The problem in Ethiopia is not about a shortage of food aid, but it is about the will of the government to allow unfettered humanitarian aid. The Ethiopian government is denying Tigray unfettered humanitarian aid. We know
there's been a situation with access to humanitarian aid, but now we hear in a single week we've had this number. So the question will be, how important is it that this aid is getting in, at least to the people that need it?
Yes, I could say that even a single truck is important. It could save the life of one person or a family. But the demand is very huge. We are talking about 8 million whose property and whose agriculture is destroyed by a war. More than 2 million are displaced and in need of huge humanitarian aid. And this humanitarian aid should include medicine, should include life-saving humanitarian assistance and food itself. So this food is very, very, very small and very insignificant, even though I could acknowledge that even a single truck is very important. Okay. We are in need of 1 trucks every day.
Okay, I was going to ask, you say it's definitely not going to be enough. You said there are more people needing this aid. What would be a long-term solution to this problem of hunger and starvation that we have on the ground right now? What would be a more lasting way to address it?
Of course, the lasting solution is a political solution. The Tigray regional government has called for national dialogue, for a peaceful cessation of hostilities, and for a national dialogue. This is a political problem and it has to be solved politically. But in the meantime, as we are in time of war, the international community should decide or should allow a protected humanitarian corridor to Tigray. The African Union is there in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, while the government, who should be the first to respect the constitutive act of the African Union is punishing people, putting people under humanitarian siege. So we need, Africa has to come out, Africa has to speak. The African Union has to speak out. I think we have all to speak for unfettered humanitarian access to Tigray.
This conflict has lingered for a while, and you've said it yourself that what will be best is a political solution. How achievable is it? Because all the effort doesn't seem to be giving us the kind of response we want from the warring parties.
Well, I often said the political problem in Ethiopia is the solution is a kind of low-hanging fruit. It only needs the will of the new incumbent in Addis Ababa, the Prime Minister, who should allow all parties to come to a national dialogue. I think this is the only solution. Otherwise, Ethiopia, by the way, the war is not only in Tigray. Ethiopia is at war against itself. In most part of the regions of Ethiopia, in the east, in the west, and in the north, we are fighting each other. And this is because we have a regime who wants to live and to profit out of this conflict and war.
A political solution is the way to go. Thank you very much, Mr. Kassa Gebremichael, for speaking with us.
Thank you very much for having me.